Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning tomorrow, wherever you may be right now. Let me know you're here. Good morning, my friends. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Shannon. Thank you, ladies, for joining. Good morning, Kristen. Good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Really appreciate you guys all also being over on YouTube. YouTube being our preferred viewing channel, of course, but always worth checking if we're also up on Facebook. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Rebecca Stewart, over on Facebook, letting me know that we're there as well. Fantastic. We've got a few minutes before we officially start, so now's always a good time. Hey, Dai. Oh, it's Dai is a time traveler visiting us from Tokyo right now, so he is in the future, as it is, which is very cool as well. We've got another 6 minutes or so before we're going to get started, so it's a good opportunity for me just to say hey. Hey, Lee Chen Ma. Good morning from Malaysia. Oh, fantastic! We just had a nice news broadcast in Singapore, not too far, right? Talking about the Green Pass opening up on. Hey, morning, guys. Right. Talking about the Green Pass opening up, and it's my first time on TV over there, so it's good. It's fun. It's cool stuff. So very happy to have you. Very happy to have you here. Hello, a Sparkle 2003 reaching out from Darmstadt in Deutschland. Very good to have you. Very good to have you here with us. Thanks for joining. Michelle, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining. We still have another few minutes, guys, and then as you can see behind me here, we've got Little Island. Just opened a few hours ago. Literally has been only open to the public for 4 hours. So I have not yet even been on top of Little Island myself. It is over 2.5 acres of space on these floating concrete tulips that you can see here. Thomas Heatherwick's design, funded by Barry Diller and Diane von Furstenberg. We're going to talk more about those folks in a little bit once we actually get started with everyone. So not to make you have to listen to it twice or anything like that. Nikki, a pleasure. I hope you are also doing very well. Always good to see you guys, and sending love to Scotland right now. So great to have you for this pop-up short tour that we're going to be doing. I'm very conscious that we don't want to eat into the time that Ellie is going to be having in just about an hour from now. We're going to be in London, which is really neat. So that's coming up. Ke Panupama. Hi, welcome. And Palmyra, always good to say hello to Mexico. Thank you for being here. I know you can't see right now. I'm on home office in a conference. Well, I really appreciate you still logging in just to say hey really quick. And of course, this video will be available later on as playback. So there you go. Kristen asks, are they actually floating? Well, it's a really good question. I don't think they are floating in the same way that the Air Marine terminal is actually floating on concrete blocks. But we're gonna get a feeling for it. I think that actually when the description speaks to floating, we're talking about the park kind of magically floating on top of these tulips. Because the pylons that go down don't look like they are actually floating. And this has been going up for the last couple of years. And anyone that's been living in New York and coming up and down this west side of Manhattan, happening over the last couple of years, and finally, but let's see if we can find out if it's actually floating. Whereas this building over here, you're actually looking at floating concrete blocks going out into the Hudson River. And then on the other side, we are looking at New Jersey. Hello, New Jersey over there on the other side of the Hudson. Palmyra, great. We'll see you later on. Lorraine, good morning. Parvati, hi. Good to see you back again. Really nice. Nikki asks on Facebook, guys, is it a free attraction? And yes, it is. It is completely free and will remain so. Now, again, I haven't been inside, but I've seen a couple of news broadcasts of the park that have, journalists that have been allowed in earlier. And we see actually how rare is it that we actually get here and are able to live stream when the journalists are here themselves. That's how new this is. You guys are literally getting live feed when at the same time the journos are here just putting together their stories, which are going to show whoever knows when those show. So you're beating even the general public to this story. And the key thing to remember, at least for right now, is that entrance into the park, whilst free, will be limited from 12 o'clock on through till I believe it's like 6 p.m. 12 till 6, it's ticketed to make sure there's not too much of a big rush all at one time. But in theory, the park is open from 6 a.m. in the morning all the way through to 1 a.m. again in the morning, only closing for 5 hours, and completely free. There'll be live music inside. They have artists in residence on the park structure itself. Kind of seen it on TV, so we'll take a look in real, so to say. All right, what are we doing for time? I'm conscious of all these other people walking on. We're going to start up official in just 1 minute. In this meantime, while we're here, your comments are great. Please keep on commenting. Consider sharing this live stream. Give it a share. It helps. Lets more people know about what we're doing, and who knows, maybe we go viral. Maybe there's a bunch of people watching all of a sudden, which is great, which means that we can spread the word about the live streams that we're doing, not just here in New York, but in London, in Singapore, in Japan, in Australia, and in Europe as we open back up again. Well, I have to like bite my tongue and be like, but London's Europe. Well, is it now? I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you say that the UK still counts as Europe, even though it's not in the EU any longer? It still feels like Europe. It's hard for me to give up on that one, but curious nonetheless, especially what Nikki and Ross think about that. So let's look at the time. Let's see if we're there to officially start. All right, 10 a.m. 3. Welcome back to New York. I'm Chris Sandeman. I'm going to be your host for the next 30-40 minutes as we explore this brand new addition to the New York waterfront. It's New York's newest park. It is Little Island. And we're going to cross over onto Little Island in just 1 second using one of the two bridges that takes you onto what used to be Pier 54, 55, which you can actually see the old pier that heads out there, right? And then another pier over there. You see that pier as well. Interesting for us because we've actually talked about this area before because it's over on that pier over there that both the Lusitania set sail, was eventually torpedoed by a German U-boat, bringing the US into the World War, as well as where the survivors of the Titanic, rescued by the Carpathia, were then disembarked, to crowds of thousands, of tens of thousands of New Yorkers here who were, grieving and welcoming those folks back in. And now that whole space has been replaced by this incredible park that we're just about to head on to. And it's worth just pointing out one of the people who, really the couple, the power couple that donated the money to this park. And if you can see the building kind of around the corner, I'm not going to walk all the way over there, but that building that's poking around the corner is none other than the IAC building. We talked about that on the Highline tour just a little while ago, and this is what that building looks like from the front, so you guys can see it really quick here, and you get a feeling of that. It's the building that looks like the iceberg that's over there, and that is Barry Diller's IAC building, the Interactive Corp. They own both Newsweek as well as Match.com. So profitable business for sure. And he's married to Diane von Furstenberg. And Diane von Furstenberg, designer. If you remember back to our good old days of Sex and the City, it's from inside of Diane von Furstenberg's shop that Carrie actually calls Samantha to announce that she is engaged to Big. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out. But that is Diane von Furstenberg, designer, and Barry Diller. Together, they've invested a lot of money in this neighborhood, including the High Line. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons why, but one of them certainly is that it greatly improves the market value of the property in this neighborhood in meatpacking that they own a lot of if it's a desirable place. So the High Line made it a lot more desirable, as does Little Island. So why don't we go over and take a look at that. And as I was talking, sorry not to have acknowledged my favorite Purple Heart of all times from Jenny Jean, which is always fantastic. Thank you guys. And see you. I'm going to be over the weekend, so maybe I can swing down and say hi. I'm getting an internet connection unstable message as I head out into the river itself. I had good signal on land, but guys, just tell me down in the chat, how's my signal? I still show 5G, but I'm down to 2 bars. So please just let me know in the chat that you're receiving me. I'll be a heartbreaker if we're not gonna, they put broadcast dampeners out here. Hopefully we're gonna be okay. And Japan localized, much appreciate you saying hi. If you guys haven't been to Japan lately, it's a great way to go. Oh, wow, look at that. Japan localized just gave me a super chat. I really appreciate the 610 yen. Thank you guys very, very much. Now for you folks who are new to the super chat, it's a new feature that we have managed to unlock here on our Facebook, actually our YouTube channel, and it's you know, a proud accomplishment. It means that you dedicated folks were able to show YouTube that the content that we are producing is worth partnering with. So it's only because of you that we're able to do this right now. Michaela, thank you very much for your Purple Heart as well. Really appreciate that. And Dai, yes, I did figure that was you from Japan localized, and I really do appreciate it. Nikki, thank you for the feedback as to what's going on there. What is this really quick? Let's take a quick look. What's happening here? Let's explore it for a second. It looks like a kind of a xylophone setup. Wow. Oh. There's going to be lots of sights and sounds here that we're going to explore together. And you can see that there's a bunch of people here on this construction here. Now, for those of you who came in, thank you, Daniel, for sharing on Facebook. I really appreciate that. Now, for those of you who came in a little bit later, you know, as I was getting started, I mentioned the name Thomas Heatherwick. And that was the gentleman who built or designed the vessel up at Hudson Yards, which the amorphic name, maybe we'll end up calling it the Hive or the Beehive or the Pine Cone, who knows? But this is definitely Little Island. It's over 2.5 acres of park floating on top of the Hudson River, jutting out. And for years there was a question as to what to do about it. Eventually coughed up the $260 million. Looks like other concessions are coming. Making the space very much their abode. Well, apologize for the chop. I promise to post this entire video later on if unfortunately we end up not maintaining good connection. You will get the whole thing later on as well. It is my first time walking around through here, so I haven't done what I usually would do, which is to test the space and just test it out to see how good the connection is. Yeah, Daniel, thank you for that feedback, guys. Please tell me when it's too choppy. or if you're not having a good signal. As much as it breaks my heart to read those, I need to know, because that way and shift better signal. So one of the escape a little bit and feel like we are in a Disney fairy tale space. Unlike kind of an English garden park, it's hard to hide the fact that, you know, we are very much right off Manhattan here. You know, you can only do so much to hide the fact that there is One World Trade, right? And here in front of us is the Standard Hotel, right? And running along here is the High Line. We are still very much in New York, and up there, Empire State Building. But that's not what we're here to see. We're here to explore this park right now. So let's go back to that and see what people are seeing for the first time. All so brand new. Everything the way that they intended it to be, for at least right now. Manicured and quite beautiful. Hi, Mark Holmes. Good to see you. Good to be back on Winston-Salem with you. And Jill, thanks for joining us here in New York on our opening day of none other than Little Island. Barry Diller and Diane from Furstenberg's creation. Hello, journalists. What do we have here? This feels like a really awesome little scene. Look at this puppy. Poodle smelling other dog in arms.
Play by play.
You guys good? I'm gonna slip underneath. All right, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and a great exploration, you guys. Absolutely. Oh, look how nice that bench looks. Nice wood. Just beautiful flowers all along as we spiral our way up. And look at these views. You can just imagine being up here watching sunrise and sunset. When Jeanette shows up, although it's maybe a little bit early and in the workday for her in Vancouver. Maria, good to see you. You're definitely going to come here for a sunrise, sunset. There was a ceremony this morning. I actually don't know. I watched some news from casters broadcasting this morning, and there was no report of like a kind of a ribbon cutting or something, but I imagine that in the PR, the press releases for this, that we're going to end up seeing that. Thank you, Kristen Curry, for the lagging mention. Yeah, I see sometimes on my screen that it's saying that I'm not having the best connection. And I do promise you that I will post this whole video. I'll post this video anyway and name it an uncut because it has the lag and the rest of it. But then I will post the HD version of this video as well. Now this looks like this is one of the little amphitheater spaces that you can come and watch one of the artists in residence. Now there'll be all sorts of presentations, music and poetry, I imagine. And different readings, so that'll be really interesting. And it's also actually, we can look over there in the distance and neat little bit. Why don't we walk down a little bit and see if we can't get a view, talk a little bit about the history that other people here might not know about, which is, if you guys look across the Hudson River right now towards New Jersey, you can see a building right here, La Havana, and it's over there that after people were being brought in from, and immigrating to the U.S., you could be transported over to that side of the Hudson River if part of your chain immigration was connected to someone that lived not in New York, but west. Like if you were gonna hop on as an immigrant coming to the U.S. in the 1800s, you'd enter in through New York, earlier through Castle Clinton, later eventually through Ellis Island, and then if you were going to be living in the New York area, you'd then come to Battery Park, and enter Manhattan. Or if you were heading west and going to Chicago or something like that, because that's where your relatives lived, yeah, you were heading over there and hopping on a train and heading west instead as your trip continued. So a little bit of history thrown in there for you guys for free. I mentioned the Lusitania and the Carpathia before, but yeah, you know what? Just worth showing those old ships here again. Carpathia right here. This is the ship that would have been literally right along where I am standing right now. Right below us, we've got the old pier, and this is where this ship would have been offloading passengers who survived the Titanic disaster. Literally, off and there. Yeah. Nikki asks, is that Hoboken over on that side of the Hudson River? And it's an excellent question. I'm not a great New Jerseyite, and New Jersey changes so much on that side of the river. I'm just going to look on my Google map to see what part of what the exact name is. Yes, that is Hoboken over there, directly across from us. I get confused because you've got like you got Jersey City, you've got Union City, you've got Hoboken, and it comes across. But you know who's from Hoboken? Old Blue Eyes, good old friend Frank Sinatra. So Frankie's home. Thank you, Nikki, for asking that question, making sure that I figured it out. Let's keep exploring because I don't want to hold you guys forever, and I do want to show you the whole park. Now, I'm going to walk not into the bathrooms, but that's where they are. It feels like a cave-like structure, though. I don't know if you can see it. The design, it feels like you're in a grotto almost going there to the bathroom. And then we've got this retaining wall here to my left. Hold all these plants in. Shot of the underside that we are on right now. In fact, right below our feet, we've got these tulips as well. Let's take a look down here and see if Kristen can't tell us whether or not these are actually floating pylons. I can't see that deep into the Hudson, unfortunately. It is a very dark colored green water, which doesn't necessarily mean it's dirty. It could just mean that it's very healthy, in fact. The plant life inside of that. All right, let's walk along this path, and then eventually we're going to climb the big hill. There's a lot of people here, guys, and it's part of their plan to do BYOB events. Now, you ask me, that means bring your own beverage. But nope, the plan is to have these. Thank you, Kristen, for confirming that we're not actually floating. We just feel like we're floating on top of these tulips, but they are held into the ground below us, anchored in. But the BYOB events, not bring your own beverage, they're calling it bring your own beautiful. And it's all part of a celebration of showing up outside, vaccinated, you know, with your mask around your neck or still on your face if you're being very, very careful, which is smart, especially with the threat of variants out there. It never hurts to have masks on when you're around strangers. But all in all, a celebration of great day. We're looking at like 19 degrees Celsius. We're in the kind of mid 70s Fahrenheit, and people are out. I haven't seen this many people gathered in one place in a year. Here is the actual full amphitheater where the larger performances will take place. Apparently there'll be some free ones and some ticketed ones. So sometimes you pay and sometimes you play for free. Okay. How's this going for you guys? Is this interesting? You guys enjoying so far? Let me know. Let me know if I'm moving too quickly through it, or if you're ready for me to start to make my way to the peaks. Get some of the bigger views here. Very curious to see what sunset looks like. Now, I keep turning back and forth because this path kind of wiggles me back and forth as I gain elevation up this hill, but also in that English garden style, you know, revealing and then hiding different vantage points and views. You can see, it'd be worth coming back here in the evening. It looks like they've got lots of good lighting here too. It'd be really interesting to see what it looks like lit up. This will not be our last journey here. Oh, look at this. There's like an alternate walkway here. An alternate walk. I wonder if I could, maybe I'll slip by you guys. I'll just climb up here really fast. Sorry, my little one. I mean, I can see that they actually have a path. I can't imagine they want me doing this, but it's open here, so why not? Let's try it out. Maybe I'm one of the first people to use the alternate path. I've discovered my own space. Thank you, Nikki, for the thumbs up. It means a lot to me. If you guys are watching over on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, it's easy to do it. You might as well just click subscribe. And if you haven't done it already and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button right underneath the video. There's a thumbs up and there's a thumbs down. You know, don't press the thumbs down button. Press that thumbs up button. It adds this video to your liked videos and tells YouTube that it's worth showing to other people. So that helps a ton. Wow, I'm glad that I still have signal up here. Get a great view, some real good elevation here. I think I'm up around 30, 40 feet now off of the water line. And you can see that the Graham clan is out and reeling. Lots of folks here. eSparkle 2003, yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate it. Well, let's do the 360. Looking back over at New Jersey. Good morning, Bernard Coe, my dear brother and friend in Singapore. I miss you and miss seeing your tours. As we look up now, heading kind of north by northeast up the Hudson, and we've got the Air Marine Building here. And then we're looking back at Manhattan itself, looking actually north up towards Hudson Yards. So that tall building is where it's located. The end of the High Line. Hi guys.
Hi.
How's your day?
Beautiful. What a blaze. What a blaze. I'm so happy.
I'm so glad that you guys have come and shared this moment with us all. One of the very first people you guys are to come out here. So it's just opened today.
I'm so blessed. We are so blessed. Oh, it's so beautiful.
We have our health and we have a beautiful day. What more can we really want right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, only this day. Only
Exactly.
this day.
Well, thank you for describing everything.
Oh, sure. There's so much to say. I don't know if you guys knew, but this is where both this pier here is where the Lusitania set sail from, and then was torpedoed in the beginning of World War I, bringing the U.S. into the war. And then it's also where the survivors from the Titanic were let off on the docks here, the Carpathia, right here. Yeah, exactly right. Literally right below us is where the dock used to be. So, yeah. Of course. You guys have a lovely day, all right? Take care. Yes, they are very sweet ladies, Daniel. Couldn't agree with you more. And when you guys are on a camera like this, I just want to give you an orientation to kind of give you a sense of where we are looking. And focus in for me. Right, and there you go. That is, we're looking over towards Statue of Liberty there. So, but it's in the distance, hard to see. Easier to see One World Trade there over on the lower west side of Manhattan. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, that is my goal. Well, you know, it's through education and understanding, and it's easier patterns of history living through once you understand history. I never really believed in like history repeats itself, but I certainly think that history echoes. Whoop. Sorry about that. Okay. Heading back down. Oh, you guys look great. They got like matching hot pink, right? It's awesome. They clearly worked out. Well, here's a good view, not out towards the city, but a really good view showing us the park itself. And you can feel how it almost feels like this kind of little Disney paradise. I like this much, much, much more than Hudson Yards. Thomas Heatherwick, you've changed my mind about your design. This is far superior to Hudson Yards. And look how clean and new it all looks before New York's air and, you know, dust and dirt at the cars kind of colors this all. Hopefully never happens. But if it does, you guys have seen it. Brand new, brand spanking new. Hard to argue that it could have been any newer. Look how pretty these little blue flowers are. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, thank you, Kristen Curry. I appreciate that. You know, usually, guys, I don't ask for donations, but with the super chat, it's just so easy for people to be able to click that little $ at the bottom of the chat on YouTube. And look, it helps. I'm not gonna be too proud to say it doesn't. It does. It helps. It makes a difference, especially as we start to reopen right now and things start to going again. You know, the support that we see direct to the guides or through the super chat to my streams right now do help us get back to reopening, as well as making sure that live streams become part of our story going forward. So yeah, Shannon, it does. It is a lot bigger. I mean, it's over 2.5, I think it's 2.7 acres. So that does make a bigger space for sure. And A Sparkle 2003, yes, history indeed echoes. I think that's because human nature doesn't change. You know, I think that you're right in some ways there, E Sparkle 2003. I'm gonna walk down the grass here without falling myself, hopefully. Take a different route. Oh, as these kids do the roll. Oh yeah, you guys know what's gonna happen in the winter, right? This is set up for sledding, right? Like come the winter snow, this is definitely where you're gonna drop in here. Jill, I really appreciate the super chat. It just means a world of difference. And thank you. I'm really grateful for it. I really appreciate it. Oh man, I wish I could put this gimbal down and just join them on a roll. I know. But come winter, you guys know I'm going to be here with a piece of cardboard sledding down this hill for sure. As soon as there's snow tour. So absolutely gorgeous. Well, there's one higher section I think that we didn't climb up yet. Why don't we go over there and take a quick look. Rebecca Stewart, really good point there. Can't wait, she writes on Facebook, can't wait to see the landscaping fill in. And that's it, like all of these plants that are new plants, they're all gonna grow in and fill in. It's gonna be really interesting. And once again, guys, you can see our friends from the press who are out here along with us at the same time. You know, they're gonna have a larger audience, of course, but their audience is gonna see this after you guys do. So, boom! How about that? This looks like where the catering is kept back here. So a employee-only section. And you can see that it's locked off right here. Will not be entering into that space. Oh gosh, Anna Maria writes, look, Anna Maria, donations is a donation. It's free will. It's your choice and your ability. And I'm just grateful to be able to share the knowledge and share with you and have you watch. It's amazing. So like, gosh, I don't like mentioning that stuff because I don't want anyone to feel pressured. The last thing I want is for you not to watch because you feel pressure to donate when you can't. Like, that's not the point. Donations are for the people that can afford to and want to. And if you want to and you can't afford to, hit the like button. That helps too. Hi there, how's it going?
At least I know you're not crazy.
Oh right,
You're not
yeah.
talking to yourself.
I mean, exactly, right? It's the whole trick in New York these days. It's hard to know. Are they just
You're
talking?
so right. I
Right?
like to say they're on the phone.
Ah, exactly. They have an invisible earpiece.
Oh, right. You can kind of tell the difference.
Yeah.
Have a nice
You as
day.
well. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Enjoy. I think that, yeah. Thank you for the laugh out loud, Rebecca. Yes, and Rebecca writes, I like the curving, winding nature of this park. Nice compliment to the more linear and landed high line we saw the other day. But ironically, both parks largely, this one exclusively, Highline largely funded by Barry Diller of IAC and Diane from Furstenberg, who I think, that person back there being interviewed looked a little bit like Diane from Furstenberg, but I don't think it was her. So this is another view from another vantage point here. Gives us another good view of the Marine Aviation Building here, where City Winery has a location in here, great for live music and wine, and okay for food, but better for live music and wine. And what do I have for time? 10:30. We're gonna go for another 5-6 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I want you to have time to Lorraine. Thank you very much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. It means the world. And I guarantee 100% of that will go back into me making more live streams. So let me know what you want to see next. The next thing I'm going to be showing you guys personally is going to be the Greenwood Cemetery, which opened in the 1800s and at a time was the second most visited tourist attraction in the United States after Niagara Falls. Shout out to Shannon. So the Greenwood Cemetery was number 2 and a place where people would come and visit. It was before Central Park was actually built. In fact, it was so well visited, the Greenwood Cemetery, that it helped spur the building of both Prospect and Central Parks. So, which is really neat. And Maria writes, if you try to talk to people in the streets in Paris, I'm not sure they would respond in a nice way. You're probably right, and it wouldn't just be because I don't speak French. It would also be because it's just a little bit weird going up to people in Paris, right? There's a little bit of the ah ouais, like, and I love that. It's like my favorite Parisian thing, the shrug. Ah ouais? Ah ouais? Like, what do you want me to do about it? It's great. But no, New Yorkers are happy to engage because we're on an island together. And the thing about people that live on islands is that they have to work together. They have to because they're on an island. You know, you got nowhere to go. All right, let's go down. We can't go on to the actual stage itself because it's blocked off, but we'll come down onto the amphitheater. And I think that this is a great place for me to be able to say farewell and adieu to you guys. I'm going to come as close as I can without breaking their rules here as I just show you guys New York by looking at New Yorkers. People here enjoying this first day of this brand new park having opened up. After years of watching and waiting, it's finally here. So, which is absolutely great. Let's see. Rebecca Stewart writes, looks like a comprehensive lighting system. Rebecca, are you looking up at these lights up here? I mean, it seems like a pretty serious stage lighting for exterior lights. I'm not familiar with this stuff. Although I was for a brief time a lighting technician in college, but like for plays. So actually I was just a helper. Yeah, no, good call, Rebecca Stewart. Very nice, very nice. And Anna Maria, happy to be part of your break for right now. Cape Panapama? Oh, okay. This is, I see, it's Parvati, but on YouTube. That's your YouTube handle. I'm just used to seeing your name on Facebook, but I really appreciate you watching on both Facebook and YouTube. For those of you guys who have not yet converted over to watching on YouTube, one of these days, I'm gonna get you over on the YouTube, please. All right, so let's just say goodbye. Goodbye to New York. Goodbye, everyone. See if I get any waves as I do my last circle around. Not getting any. They're not gonna wave at me. Yeah, thank you. There's my man. I got to wave. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. You're my favorite. I'll come up and tell you some history after if you want to know something. You know whatever you want to know. Hi guys. Thank you for the wave. I appreciate that. Just lets the audience know that I'm really here. This isn't like a green screen or something like that. Wonderful. All right. Guys, you've got to get off this channel. You can't keep watching us in New York. You have to go to London right now, because Ellie is about to start. She's giving you the real East End tour, real Whitechapel, working class neighborhood, right? Where those longshoremen were working that east part of the Thames River, offloading, onloading, and building a city. Thank you, I appreciate that. Where are you guys? Are you or are you visiting?
Tampa, Florida.
You're from Tampa, all right. Let's give a shout out to
California.
California? Where in California are you?
Los Angeles.
Oh, nice. I lived in Beverly Grove for a bit, and I was just down in Tampa doing a live stream down there as well, and Ybor City is where the live stream was. So I was a big fan. So here's some friends, guys. Hey. To Casa Santo Stefano and did that food tour experience. Then we walked around, went to the Italian club, and went to the old Italian cemetery. That's where, that's where they're from. Very cool.
Yeah, very great. Hi.
Thank you. Thanks for visiting.
Of course.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
It's a live stream that we do, like live streaming walking tours from around the world. So I got to get off because there's one to start from London right now, and I'm holding them up. So have a wonderful day, guys.
You too.
Take care. All right, guys, that's it. That's all we got. We got to go. Right. See you in London in just a few. Thanks again. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the watches, the thumbs up, the shares. I appreciate the super chats, you super chatters. Namaste. Thank you very much. Very, very grateful. And I will see you sooner than later. Take care. Talk to you soon. I'm going to film as I walk off the island. Not going to say anything else until we get off. Toda Rabah bar, Toda Rabah. Shabbat Shalom. Ryan, just wait until later today. It's going to be a mess here by noon. They've already sold out all the entrance tickets from noon until 6 p.m. I had planned to come here later today, but it wasn't going to happen. So I got here earlier so we could see it still. Goodbye, Michaela. Goodbye, Daniel. Wait for the guy to jump on and ruin it.
Hold him for 1 minute.
maybe Rebecca Stewart, maybe graffiti artists will come and target it, but I bet that covered in anti-graffiti resistant material. So we'll see. It's all part of the message, right? New York is always in change, always in flux, and it's great because although it means a lot of the old buildings aren't here for us to show you guys because they've torn them down and they built something new, there's always new things for us to be able to show. So yeah, super chats aren't available in all regions, and we do have PayPal as well, and I'll post that in the future. All right, that's it. Goodbye, guys, for real. See you in London shortly. Head on over either on YouTube or on Facebook, and let's support Ellie as she give us her second research across the Atlantic Ocean. We can kind of like, you know, look out. You can't really see now, but out into New York Harbor, and then hang a left and head over to London. I'll see you guys over there myself in just a few minutes. Have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. Hopefully see you guys again in Brooklyn at Greenwood Cemetery this Sunday. Take care, guys. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate you all. Mean a lot.